Hello, and welcome aboard WhalePod to another episode of Pokemon Scarlet. The, very stereotypical country music playing in the background here does indicate we're going after our second mark today. The Pokemon sealed within the orange shrine behind us now. I don't think there's a stake directly above us like there was with Woxien's shrine, so we'll be back when we find our first stake. Oh, as always, I'm your Captain Whale, and I guess I'll also add, if you're watching this, that means I am now back from my trip up to the Seattle area to help sort out my grandma's estate. And as such, regularly scheduled uploads will resume for as long as I continue to have content to make them for. Once I run out of content on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I will hopefully be ready to return and finally wrap up the last few Xenoblade Chronicles 3 episodes. If not, we'll probably find a new series to fill the Monday, Wednesday, Friday time slot. And with that, we'll be back at our first stake for real this time. And we have arrived at our first stake location. This stake is in a seemingly little pit over by the row of windmills by the bridge leading up to Bombardier. The Titan Bombardier, that is. So let's go ahead and rip this overcooked slab of beef out of the ground. There's an ominous black stake driven into the ground. Will you pull out the stake? Once again, we will mercifully put these overcooked pieces of beef to their rest. When you pulled out the steak, it crumbled and vanished, probably because it was overcooked. And we'll be back when there is more to rip out of the ground. And we have arrived at the location of stake number 2, overlooking that same stretch of road leading up to the same windmills. Ominous black stake driven into the ground. Will we pull it out? Yes, indeed we will, and it will crumble into dust again. Now, we will be back once we reach stake number 3. And we have arrived at stake number 3 to the southeast of Alfornada. There's an ominous black stake driven into the ground. Will you pull out the stake? Of course we will. Crumbled and vanished as per usual. And we will be back at stake number 4. And we're back at the location of the 4th stake. This one is in a little tunnel between the Western Paldean Sea and the West Province or South Province Area 4. So, let's go ahead and rip this thing out of the ground. There's an ominous black stake driven into the ground. Will you pull out the stake? Yes, we will, because get that gross, charred, ashy stake out of here. And now we will get out of here and be right back at the next stake. And we have arrived at stake number 5 here in a little inlet of the West Province Area 1, southeast of the West Province Area 1 Pokemon Center. Now, let's get this nasty, nasty black piece of beef, black and charred, out of the ground. Yes, we will. And of course, because it was so overcooked, it crumbled into dust. And yes, I am going to keep that bit going throughout the entirety of these videos. Now, we will be back at stake number 6. Now, on a cliff overlooking Team Star's Dark Crew base and some ruins, we have stake number 6. Let's get this out of the ground and into the trash like it belongs. We will, of course, pull out the rotten, moldy, burnt stake. And we will capture the Pokemon trapped inside the shrine in 2 more stakes. And then, after catching all 4 of these legendary Pokemon, we will punish the person who committed crimes against cuisine by overcooking these things to charcoal black. And now we will be back at the second to last stake for this particular Pokemon. And we are back at stake number 7, which was being a little naughty, so we put in timeout in the corner. But its timeout's over, so it's time to come all the way out to the ground. This one is in the mountainous area, right along the mountains around the Great Crater of Paldea, just northwest of the Pokemon League. And of course it crumbles away because someone overcooked it. They're the real naughty ones who deserve to be in the corner. Now, we will be back at our final stake for this particular Pokemon. And stake number 8 is in Cascarafa, right behind the gym. So let's get it out of the ground so no one has to see the embarrassment that is overcooked steak. And of course, like all the other overcooked steaks so far, it's crumbled to dust. And we hear a mysterious cry coming from the shrine. And we'll be back when we are at the shrine. And we are back at said shrine, all chains broken, ready to be unleashed upon the world once more. So, what is behind door number 2? A faint sound is coming from within the shrine. Will you touch the shrine? Once again, we're gonna make like Patrick Star and touch. Rattle, 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 rumble, rumble, rumble. Kerbang! Cut, cut. The last one was Gary after SpongeBob forgot to feed him one too many times. And this one is a Kung Fu Panda villain. Defense of all surrounding Pokemon fell. This is going to be the trickiest one because it is ice and dark. And while we can have the damage we take from ice, we will still be taking double, just no longer quadruple. That's why we have a focus sash on Toad's Cruel, everyone. Once again, once we get it into capture range, we will be doing 5 Pokeballs on camera, and then the rest will be done off camera. Ooh, our tanky jellyfish boy lived it, but of course we flinch. Well, aren't you just something special there, POW? And of course I don't save, so we gotta be real careful here. Okay, we cannot touch it again with Tinkaton, particularly not now that we've gotten the attack boost. For starters, I think the play here is to max potion our Toad's Cruel. And it's gonna fail on the Sucker Punch. Hopefully it'll go for the Sucker again and we can get a safe Toad's Cruel switch in. No way you were gonna use that on my frickin' Tinkaton. I swear these things have some sort of they cheat and they read ahead what you're gonna do next. So we're gonna sack off a Clodsire here. Okay, maybe it is just a random stupid wild Pokemon AI. But you're on thin ice, Mr. POW. Of course, it's not very effective now. I don't trust any of these not to take it out. So we are just going to see if the AI screws us again and go back into Toadstool. I'd rather whittle down its power points actually using moves, not just trying to use a move. Well, if we go down here, we lose our terrestrialization. So... be stupid here, I guess? Yes, it's stupid here. Yeah, waggle that mushroom around, Toadstool. We're gonna go for the timer here. Two wiggles. Three. Still fast asleep. Let's see. I don't think it's actually nighttime. I think that's just the sky getting darkened by our terrestrialization. One wiggle. And now it wakes up because Pokemon only sleep for 3 turns. Ruination again. Please be stupid here. Yes. Now, timer ball. That is 4 out of 5 we will show off on camera. POW is still fast asleep. This is the last ball. If it breaks out, we'll be back when we catch it. And we'll be back when we catch it. And we got it, 3 wiggles in a timer ball. And we now have POW, the ruinous Pokemon, Dark and Ice type, 6 foot 3 inches tall and 335.5 pounds. This Pokemon can control 100 tons of fallen snow and plays around innocently by leaping in and out of avalanches it has caused. Would you like to give POW a nickname? Nope. But I will go ahead and say that for those who did not know this, these sub-legendaries this generation are based off of the 4 beasts from Eastern mythology that represent the 4 cardinal directions. I don't know exactly what beast represents the south, but that beast is represented by Wo-Chien from last episode. And now we have caught the representation of the Tiger of the West now with POW. And with that, we're going to leave this episode here. Thank you all for watching WhalePod. Do make sure to smack those like and subscribe buttons if you have not done so already with a super effective left click. And as always, comments are welcome down below. With that said and done, I hope you all are having fantastic days, WhalePod. Make sure to stay cool, stay classy, and most importantly, stay healthy. But until next time, this is Captain Whale, signing off.